Baba Sumisa kan kase ne nyina ne so begibre ne adaje ama don hwe ba kontem ne mu nkyeremu ahodo no yetimi ede asomwo na esem no edos na ansa na ne da aboafo wono mase sanse wo mo na ebuaye ama ede nsem na timi abremo ye hyase ane ekọ talent microfinance yesikasem eno mo ede abedwaman so mo se begibi kobobra wo dia ne se oba se ne mo hwenye sikasem yi mfama no obo mbehwe bibia ye kama etimi dia ma ye besia ne de ma wa ye segikoye adwuma titi twetwa ne kakankra echi asem ne de beba no na bebe ye odwetira eno ode bebobra o my Ghana mu hade mkrabata ne do pa o ma toa petimu bo adwuma denden de ben wono kwa o mbehwa bibia ye etimi e de ama de otoso no eye KFM Musical Center no so ye biaye a ye ton instruments ene ho akade ni nyina no mo frefre nyum to fa hodo am o man mu nyina asem mbre na mo beji instrument eti apo e wonanim ahodi wo mu audi adwuma bibia bekoyi kama etimi ede ama nkramantem ade mo akra zongo lane o wa santemantem so abomodin kopie mu ewa dum omo ne Sambra Hotel no na ebo enim hwe bibia fa instrument mu bia no behwe no etimi ama obi ama bibia na koyi etimi ede ama odi otwaso no eye dadaba tech hub eno so ye phone se ne ho akade phone bia ohia bia so ope bia che upe bi etu akwakoton upe bia ye de odbe bia no dadaba so de bebre na aba uyo bia oton phone so ni bi upe ni bebrebe mu etu akwakoton ani nyina no se ne ope ni bia no ko dadaba obema bia ma bia na koyi etimi dia ma na cha kwan no kaneshi udru kaneshi ahwehwe bebi amrante ni gina pai takwa station e hyen no hope dadaba wo ho a wo bo adwuma denden de okwa obehwe ama bibia na etimi ewie mu die kama etimi edi ama kan nation nso mai se ye twegu wontentan fidie no eso into dia ne so bebo anan no awabo KFM TVGH on Facebook, YouTube, on Twitter ni nyina ye wo ho all platforms, Instagram baby a ye tweetia into dura bia ya ye streaming live no bo share ne so ma do food no so meka ho na emu nchemu ahodo no wonye mu chefa nsem no do so na de edi mu akotene bi ene ebebwera eye the National Democratic Congress NDC amenyoko no wono matenaye na me no ka se na due eye by election a ba bekoso no opanyi ba kwa inu a eye Ali Du Seidu wono ena oba beginem dia him franka se be ya NDC amenyoko no ebetimi akonkan wo sa kwan no eso sanso ne ebe consent foforo mo etimi edi ama na due eye asue omo hwe ya pomuden wonsem so kire se nke hu behia ye pa senye ma hodo a etimi mo obi gi ono ankasa ne kra ne nkwa efri ne nsemu no ebe ya nkampanyifo mo mani nkọ ho na sika hodo wo so mo di shem no wo mo ntimi fa shem na saa ewuwo no ene mebinu metete saa na to no etimi ebrase edwadie nsemu ma ye de ebe somwo na afi ye wi aya boewra eye nigide nsemu nso so ni nyina njo kwe waba bekasa nsem o ka no che say creative art industry nyema hodo a mpanyifo de bands aba mu beka obetimi aboa mana storage an namon so no wode eno anu ye ni nhyemu bi abeto monti mo hwe se mpanyifo be sa akomaso ade na ma bibia no etimi akoyi nsem afoforo binom eka we hu ni nyina no me ba be chechemu etimi edi amade an se gibrani adaje mam na mesumenya brani adaje ma na mensomu yi na mensomo sompa edi no eye Afia Fosuah Oduahoma Sresrebidi from Afia yeba sisi ani ashasi ma akwa ba biem ni ensam watena senfa mbra KFM TV so sansa won fom kwan kra bia ya ensem ahodo bebre na etwegu edi mu nhyemu a eno edanso ba beso mo ne haya na wo no ti ye ensem na se dia yenko NPP amenyoko no wonom atna ye na bra na presidential primaries bebre na ehwe ni mu so mbefa forms no metimi aba begina mu no ensem bebre bra na etwegu a ebinum chese no na emboa mankabom mapa wono mo hwehwe no entimi ewie mu de nenam so ama enka ne mrahye bedwani ma de hia wono mo asin central baton peso aso no nya for Kennedy akompre kwajapo ka se chemu se bebre na ya omo se MPP amenyoko ne de tribalism ne do sododo ende we nenka ho ma bibia ne entimi nkone o chese omo mo kasa ansem ni na se bi omunjai sanse omo ane enoma kokone obukọ etifi ko hunu nsuo na no masa ba na afa bebi sase asomesi wan na hunu nsuo ni sisa nkofo a wo mo ka tribal politics ne ho nkro ne be ne nyina no mo ana ye saade no nchemu ne nto aso ne de ko ba ye nti opanyi kasa asem no eni
you have about 8 or 10 northern MPs who go to northern region and play tribal politics. How we are not people who can create who play tribal. Any MPs 10 and women not play tribal politics. Now, we don't have the unity of a party. Now we are when you are not one basia. Let's unite. Let's one unite. When you don't want the truth.
Yeah. Honorable Medase, what are my Western North region as a CIO? Now, any customer say, baby, I tell you, say, 3 is here so. And you say, what are my
and your mother baby. I'm not hinting development, baby. I'm not Bobby Susan.
Yeri MPP amenyoko no wono mu nsem enwume twego na kyese dan eni akode National Democratic Congress NDC amenyoko no na ye August bosom ne de toso nsia e wa fimpi mienu ne aduonu enum no bi enim de si o man Ghana ha oyele kesi a eto ye nam so ma de hye wotwe efe buti na nanom wonse de nam wiem hye ekotehwe wadanse akrofom asantemantemu no ene nam so ama ban na munsifo mpanyifo bebre na no mu wo ma ene de omo nkati asifo ho biem ne dan eni bu nkompo kohwe tamale central abato ompeso aso a no nwanyamfo Muntaka Muhammad a no no anso so Muntala Muhammad mo fancheme wono na na eye mrahye bedwani ma de hia wono mo ho environmental science ne ho nkrono ban so ne na esoafo a na wo hwe so a na ka de hye wotwe ho nti na ubehia ye se oni ho no ye to by election na wono obi a wono sefata no obegina na na emu na adwuma papa pe hia ase no wo betro aso no ye ne sa pepepe ne ombie nomination forms ne to ho no bebre na ne kofa bi fele ne ho nkrono ban kofo be se dumienu ne kowi ase to so abewie nyina na kyese owura Ali du Seidu Mahama a benfo e kanidin ho no na na ehwedi nkunima enedua me no kase koba se September bosom ne de to so edua so ma shato no by election ne ba be koso na ejire mu ehim ediama the National Democratic Congress NDC amenyuko ene de officially waba na akopie mu abato commission ode ne nkrata ahodo na akwa a wachese wa ekrado pa oba behwe ama eho nchechire ye no me chere tamale central bibia no etimi akoye.
Chairman add. What's the chairman add? Organize the council add. So you add. Thank you so much. So thank you so much.
Free where yen sign kwa MPP amenyoko no wono makache na ora Eugene Boachi entry kane no no na ye mrahye bedwani ma de hia wono mo subin abato empeso aso asantemante masem na making no no so de nsem bia betudwa aye futu a osan de kwama wono mo dom MPP amenyoko ni nyina sei wo mo nko mo humbom na ne ma binum a ensem fatane nmanimu ya no wo mo ntenetene no sanse nkunimdie mapa betimi akoso de ama mo ani nyina no ehia enkabum ne kobasa obi ete ne obi efa ha enkabum mapani nkunimdi a omohwehwe animu no omo science mi nkanti sebi obi ye bone anasa obi ye de se ensem fata sechewa no ne ka che na ebeboa ama botaya a omohwehwe animu no bibi etimi ewiemudi.
That the indiscipline in the party as some perceive it now, no, the duty of the national executives, the regional executives, and the constituency executives to take care of that. Say, and Makacho, and then we cassette away. Because enemy the cassette say politics there, many people super win. But since some a course of social media, and then someone kafaya. What I say, and none ya na they can't say indiscipline. It is because Mimi or no, Dr. Bomia could just be Cassentia in Japan. If you can also be Cassentia by Champo. They can also Cassentia do a ritual, but a tita, a don't say a and then some more true. Yeah, that means, you know. And it's a party, a tita from Gubu crowd, Nipano. And they do it for my son, Papa can't go up the way. And like my room says it here. Who can say, Mammy, my wife say, Open, or what could you do? At IAT, 8 months, a son, 8 months, and I made the nature on the say, sign disciplining in Ano, and yet you might already go to flag bear and the cool say on them solve. You always have also division, Baba. Wouldn't say, Assembly Audia, Abna before, Medibim, Abna before. It is a okay, we're not ready for a nation to attack anybody. What I'm trying to say, Afia Constitution has 7 pages dedicated to dealing with disciplinary issues in the party. 7 pages. Enra, Namino be a casa, and I make say, Alex Ferguson can say be. Or say, once you bid farewell to discipline, you say goodbye to success. Once you bid fair constitution, and what's suspended, you don't suspend you, there must be a reason. Because you see, you need dedicated soldiers to go to war. You don't need indisciplined soldiers to go to war because you lose the war. But sometimes you be utterances. But when a party takes a decision and you also bring a concrete decision, a viewer, you say, and or party koshema. And then party now the party can say one. Party any party will. Every could be a casa one share again. Ubi and with a could be a casa watch. You see, the panel bonnet constitution mark one discipline. So I'm telling my cabina, it's your party, my discipline me. But yes, I want to know be anxious and because you're robots. In your feed, I feed a ripa, I a wide in a journal. Casa choka, you see, there's a fine line between criticism and insults. When somebody criticizes you and it's constructive, it's fine. If you are only because if you are casa also, number 4. But you guys are not maybe up wire. And they are simple. But again, will be a can. It's your party. The only year, it's time for 1 year. I wait too many weeks, a trouble anywhere. Wa Ufra Baumian Kente. O second a Japan Fubu. O Shaban Champion Chachao. Ufra a duchum a kuntunkuni. Ah, and I say, wow, one other count, Kobe Japan, Eche. The tuning in a will be able to in a good demo or snow any of the necro. Taking about the old snow. Into the old cabiano. Making sure, say, and yet be beer, and this formal, and cofa, and the born children. Say, ah, that's a one of Mokas, I see me say I was. Now, no, yes, say, sense of Japan, 10 cents of my champon, 16 cents of Baumia, said this one thing they go. So no, if you're moving now, I'm going to be in Tibia or Binyadiano. Now, one I'm okay.
Bono Regional Chairman Edema, the new Patriotic Party NPP Amenu Kono, a Kwame Bafo, Dodona friend Abronye DC. Nenrada NHS, Okopi Mwakra High Court, Ning them not just saying you flash shena, or Musa Sonny Page, or much as Obet 9 feet in the Swahodwa and send Binumo Moka. Any did the attempt home chrono banner, a yan in Chay and Koy, Ukraine and Namsmo Mokofana, or much as an insane Binuma Okekano, a idea soon to me be yano, ever home. And a broke copy more high court in a bank a bagun in Saye, see from any home chrono bangina. One man or more domain people menu could be now copy more ha. Not as I your marry war, or much as a papania bonibia, yet timid in a far quine way so there be, and yes, I am Mamrano, a chair cobasa. Ni sinitrasia science so 88 years nenumu na NPP youth organizer edema NPP national youth organizer yo onmunyan for Salam Mustafa wababe kasa wo chese sene ya cha bronya ene ndisi amenyo ko neti abenwa ne so mo ye de omo pe no wo de omo ko makomantu mi esa afimpi mienu ne aduonu wotwe wa he ya ye to aba no ne nkunibdie koma NPP amenyo ko na de omo ye ene sene wo ha ne BNI fo ababe twa ofie hie ne from NI before ene ho kono ba bambo adwuma ekofo ne chichi omo ayensen fatani nyina omo so ba payback time no omo so de be hihye so nchemu ne nsem a onimonya for Mustafa Salam ode etudwa no in.
Let me tell you something. Please do. I am very calculative in speaking. I'm very calculative. So I just don't open my mouth and just throw anything out. So it's difficult to say things, and I have to come back and
the verdict.
Say I regret saying so. No, in this particular, I don't regret. Whatever I said is true. Power has an end. Just about 9 months ago, we were in office, we were in power. Today we are in opposition. So the tables do turn. And I am telling you that the things happening, we have taken political notice of them. And some of them we will pay back. So I have no regrets.
Yemfri amanyo semu eni enda eni nkopie mu wo homesua ensemu na ye National Service Personnel Association NASPA a omo krabate no wa Amansie Central District no eni omakwa akoya adoye kese pa dia mesuafo ni achechefo a wono mo sa bia ye ho wo bo che se homesua ho nsem ne do makoma so ye pa eno anya asem keto ene nam so ama wo makwa akoya o masa adoye fefefe ya exercise books be say 15,000 mo se mo freyinje no mo fensua de ma mo botaye ni ti mo popanti o mo de akwakopi mo suku ahodo no bibia no entimi enwie mu de o mo san so chem se oba amanse ne mpotemu a ene ye mprewanyi se ate se ye pa nya asem keto akọ mema na fam so de a ene se enubone fa wi ne ho nkro no ba tramadol ne blue ne red ene no so eje ne ho me na ye pa nti o mo che se ne o metu anamon edi exercise book si eni akande ahodo ebe bro mo ama enhumesua ho semetimi afa ne ntima pefra no wo mo fa nso nto o makoma pono so no munye bibia yi se ne se na efata emu eno mo san so echem se ne o metu sa na moyi wo mo frefra nkwankre sorry enyumekuo obia na se o mo ke bi wo ma ebi wo mbotom nyina se obakofo ensa enso nyame ani kata nti se ne o metimi ayesa adoye womo sombra sabran mu na amansie honom no mo beboa ema homesua ho nsem ne entimi enko nanimu achechefo ne so je ne ma na ne omo chese o ma ya ade pa omo susomu a omo somu twitwe omo ba beboa na acheche ne adusua ho nsem no etimi akọ nanim se ne ese na efata yegusu ejina homesua ensemo na aso ye hwe homesua ho nsem o manga na ha nei womo de nsakraye kakra e de aba homesua ne mu ni nyina ne se omo kira bra COVID-19 yade ekodie we trinity enam so ma de hye bebre na afa mu eto anana no me wonse do no ene enam so ma ye homesua ho nsem no sakaye kakra bae se ne na ye kono no wo mo dandan ani a ene obehwe ne nkola na agba ape so emu red emu green ne ho nkro no be nyina na cheso mu nyina agba ape so a emboa ma homesua ho nsem no entimi enko ne na mpanyifo ahwe ani mu ahye se o mo hwe ani mu se October bosom ni de etwato na cheso mo ba be yensa kaye mapa na enko November bosom yenum na senye enkola ne kopepe soro mo ba be chiche mu ni asa akọ dada ni mu sanse sanko fa ohwe yenchie beboa ama homesua ho nsem no etimi akoneni.
It was COVID that occasioned what we are doing now. In fact, it can best be described as education in the state of emergency. That was what we have been doing till now. And so once that state of emergency is no more there, we cannot keep doing emergency things when that state is no more in existence. So it is in the right direction that we are working our way back to where we were before COVID came in. And so whatever material things we can put in place, whatever measures and policy directions that can be put in place to make sure we return to our normal life, is something that is welcome. But let us all make sure that when we get it done, we can also sustain it. Most often, it is the sustainability of the policies we bring that will determine whether what we are doing is sustainable or not. And so yes, it is good. Now let us be mindful the policies we put in place, that the policies should be able to sustain themselves not only now but future to come. And I think when we are able to do that, we are good to go. If we don't do that, always we'll be confronted with state of emergency issues, and it will not help us, because education is a long-term project. And education also requires a certain amount of consistency and focus. And because of that, I want to encourage all stakeholders, particularly the minister, that let us do things that are sustainable, policies that can stand the test of time, and we'll all be fine. Whether it is in October, whether it is in December, everybody will be fine. Yeah.
Okay. Yegusu ejina humesia ensemo na Ghana Tertiary centers ahodo wo man Ghana ha emu be so ohemu ebupen ebro eye ohemu ebupen no kra no mo hwa bebre na wo ho a enkrata ne tumi ahodo ekita omo so muntimi ndi omo dada adwuma no emfa kwa emu kra emu be se 149 unaccredited and as say me no ka say die omo dwuma ne omo nhihye nyina no omo di aba form sans omo kira emwa tertiary schools ne afi tertiary education no. This
workshop comes at a crucial moment in the evolution of Ghana's tertiary education landscape. As a nation, we are witnessing rapid changes in how knowledge is created, assessed, and utilized. The global expansion of digital learning technologies, coupled with the demand for more flexible and inclusive educational pathways, requires us to reimagine the delivery of tertiary education in ways that extend beyond the traditional classroom. Open and distance learning, therefore, is not merely an alternative mode of education, but a central pillar for broadening access, promoting equity, and driving innovation in tertiary education. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me state that Ghana has been working very hard to encourage and promote access to tertiary educational delivery in this country. But unfortunately, distance education seems to be replaced with distancing education. Distancing education manifesting in institutions moving across this country to replicate what is happening in traditional classrooms cannot be deemed as distance education. In fact, as we speak, the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission has flagged some 149 distance learning centers that we think are not fit for purpose. These centers are found in second cycle institutions that are overstretched as a result of the double track. We have centers as being organized in churches, public services, public works departments, PWD, electricity companies. In fact, we cannot allow this to happen. As a commission, we've issued a moratorium to all these institutions to teach out students in these centers and to seek accreditation for facilities that are fit for purpose. Today, we are launching this particular policy involving quality assurance officers. What we've realized as a commission is that quality assurance in most of these institutions become overly transactional. Institutions do what they are supposed to do to please dictate. And once we leave, then it's business as usual.
I was saying, Ansem is swear na yenton credit kind brassis, ya ba and 70 baby now or in Shemono. Yet is so more.
Yo, I'm a for and I am a kwaba at the bar, a KFM musical shopper. The Tosumi no, who free a Kumasa Macom that Damono, a sunny at the bar at Dumuno, Sabran Udu, a Sambra Junction, Sambra Hotel, Quantana Sope. na shop no ene Sambra Hotel ene di nhwe animu wodi free Sambra Hotel a wo sane ede ko nanka na Hagan ho no ane oho ana KFM musical shop ye toso mienu ya bie ne foforo na de e kan ne se emfidie papa etimiche de wode ya sorry de wode goro agoro ahodo duma de bia wodi obehia eye mfidie mechira musical instrument bia no eye KFM ento wo se Ghana muntie Asantema muntie eye KFM musical shop ana sabre ya bie ne foforo mu no chan ewo Prempeh the 2nd Street Ufri old man come down na wo sane ede ko adum no ane udu Sambra Hotel kwantane so na wa dane on sanifa so oho ana KFM musical shop yi ewo ye ne Sambra Hotel ana ehwe animo ye twa abrebia
gina mese se me ya proud ana se me ye dwa na free Kumasi adum KFM instrument store obi bisa sa se bo me fo dia wo to no woni si da wo de ne ma papa e gina wonim na wo to no wo say yes wo to no bibi aka wakoma ni nyina free KFM instrument store Kumasi adum se mi gina ho na me to no ma bitimi nya ho me ka fi se fidi papa mu anim na mi gina no wo be tro ye ko ma ya do se kana twa nanka kana ensemfu ayi
Medo benami Ghana duko do ajaple ho duko kata. Mie chonyanyu ade vena mi cho Talent Microfinance Limited Gajradopa. Mie wona susu savings, adishie, school buafo, cashback, ple bubua okata. Nenyabe egajom de mi agbo la letie tomegbeko ateun aho gadodo. Kenenyabe egajom vivi la nenyabe o gahia ola ateun ava de ogai kenehia fa.
Tanenyabe mi foncho mi afa jom yo kenye mi afa gadodo nyawa. Business loan elemiashi, church finance elemiashi, salary loan elemiashi, eye bubo li kenye personal loan. Eye nenyabe mi foncho business loan a enye gadodo ikemie nana asichalao. Nenyabe washigba keke alum eleswe oya va talent. Mi pepe gede nwo nenye wo shigba lesua ne woge wo keke gede ji to talent po monu ome nenye be mi fonchu mi afa salary loan a enye gado mo mi ke mi huna mi afa jirudu dola nke ga nyo he ya va talent wo pay slip pe bank statement ye kwenye nwi hia o na kokko ko salary loan le rate mi to keke akeji church financier personal loan va nenye habobo masoli hama eji fufofo sankuo jitao olila ashibobwe kekeake mia flegeno na no hem v choji nto jinwade vare kwereka mo npopo kai ganyu heya talent kuna kpo heya ole chagbagba na do tare talent bena wo gado mo nwa anobobo enami akpenami
Etibe ya nyafi ke talent la
Talent Microfinance Jengo Amegan Shipe Ape Letina Tejibo Hotame
Miape Kapomoye 050-129-1298 Allo 050-128-9119 Talent Oga Kwamanu Panta
Talent Microfinance, your channel of wealth.
Yes, I'm akwa babi me obre no adaje wo KFM TV so ye nto enwume no nsia kase ne so mfa ma no a ene ye de betu mu anim so kopie mu mfimfi mantamu a eye revaye nso no aye say ko san say penyifo binum ni afinti memfo binum susu say ukopie mu epu ye mantamu ye fo magudie to galam say ye namra kwan so no ene nam so afemu aba bedru ha wo mu so anso na ese amensu hu aye din ye pa e dia momo nenumu ena mpanyifo abo anan akwa kopie mu aha o makwa akohwe de ekoso a nsem bebre na no mo de tu dwa de to aso sei e wo kase ni mu e de ama Ebusia yentu ansem ne.
On the 22nd of this month, we cited a letter under the hand of our current MD that new professionals.
My no so touchma, wababa touchma. And so trim say, may I did a numpen and manage bumpen every year. A bit more do the other, and bless him away. The man, a bit more do go edo. 1 hour you're crying, no was the south, and to have effect on the road. They were supposed to have a certain quality of water for the mason of their concrete and otherwise. But then it's smart clay. Into contractor now is out the moon snow day and the year alcohol. They not catch you soon as it's all day and so on. I saw on the jay because some Hawaiian a day a year coin a day of concrete now on your bridge in Bubu. That's some I ain't pack and offer no home. It's the Asian check a bravo. I am not yet to say we will fear the cook. Na wokwanyakwa na kwanyakwa so ma potemfo no potemfo so ase obi egum ma ochekwa so anum ochekwa so ase obi egum na winibafo so anum no dam na azu not dam na ya be sin there afidi ewu no kase. The quality of water that should be treated for us for our consumption. Now what we have in there is dangerous. They don't even have to attempt it to pass through their plants because I do not know how many quantity of chemical can let this one turn into potable water. That will be destroying our kidneys. And so Ghana Water, Konyako, don't attempt to produce water until further notice.
Funa ogusu ono kaumbi. So we don't miss untum koda unkoma permit ibima obise anko prospecting waisum. Ana so amano permit so amano 25,000 acres of land say okopianria efi mu aramu penifo so. Ya press conference. There 3 times Mufia FISO. It's rare me who say maybe Cosono, me have 2 person won't go a paper, took up a paper, or a summer consul a paper. Yabro, most we need to know, you know, now listening to the 2 na Mifia then. It's now, yes, you're saying, Ona, a bemono, omo, license or mere prospecting, no, and comes would be better something for say. Maybe a dam no one in the Pakupe, near one district. I cry no from 7 to 10 district. I see a supply.
Yen free sansem ni mu na yen to aso concern from eno so ye so ho asem na nche bia ene bede adwa se wono mo ye adwuma wo Ghana Water Company omudodo be se 140 ye hwa omu nyina ato ase akonya so mo nkotena fi na enu mu na enedue Omayo ye chire we peaceful demonstration na chese nya basabasa ye mu no mo yo mo chese nkebe ya empanyifo sanso fa wo mo no mo sanso betire mu nya omadwuma sanse sisia na brabo no ayedin ediamom.
On the 22nd of this month, we cited a letter under the hand of our current MD that new professionals, we are young professionals. If you are giving employment to new professionals again to come back to work, and they should start work on the 1st of this month. Just 9 days ago, we think that some of our colleagues are on dialysis. Some of our colleagues today have to send money to one of them to come here. He's just sitting there. This is so pathetic. We can't do this to young professionals like us. There's this patriotic song that says that, arise Ghana youth for your country. The nation demands our devotion. If this is the devotion we can give our country, young professionals like us, today I see my father here. He will leave one day, but when he leaves, there almost lies on us to start or take off from where he lives. But if this is how we are treating our people, I don't think that it is the best. And I only call on the MD. We've called on him several, but I pray that the human face that the board has, the human face that the MD has, will come to play. If new young professionals are being given their new appointment on 22nd of just last month, that we are on suspension for 8 months. 8 good months. Some of us rented. We left all past the Ghana Water Works. We were sent there. We never said we wouldn't go. We went. And that under his hand, you could give employment to new people. We think that it is so injurious to our health. And I don't know what words to even qualify that. All we can say is that enough is enough. Mr. MD, we plead with management. Call us back to work. We are Ghanaians. We are not politicians. As I speak, I am a young professional, eager to work and make sure that our nation see the best of light. Not to be here and chant songs. This is not what we are calling for. I think that my fathers here, they have children like us. If we are to go through this and always call on them to feed us, always you educate your child through to university and your child is home just on the street doing this. It is not in my doing to even stand here by the camera and do this. But I believe that the president of the land, who is the father of all, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, as far as he's going to have a media engagement today, he should listen to our plight and speak to our MD.
Yen free where na yen call Atabi or Koshe no one crime man mu ha no a na bededwa say Chinese for mo warehouse ba ku bi e wo ho ene efie binum so ebenben ja to mama a shi say dwurebe na adwumja adwuma ekoni koduru ho no na se no betimi edum ja no na ho ayedin ye pa ene anope mu nyina no na eja ne gusu hye dendenden a enya asem keto akwa no ka say die obi amfa mu emfiri mu emu nchemu ne nto aso ka say no mu ye de to aso say ama.
Good evening, followers of the Ghana National Fire Service. This is ADU1 Derek Lomajupa from the Public Relations Department, and at the moment we find ourselves at Latebi Okoshi near the Salvation Army School, where currently it's a blazing fire incident, a domestic fire, and at the moment 5 pumps have been dispatched to the scene. Firefighters are doing everything they can to make sure that they confine the fire and then prevent further spread to other unaffected buildings. So as you can see, our men are vigorously fighting the fire. 3 pumps are currently at the scene. 2 are also on their way to augment water supply and ensure that the fire is confined and prevented from spreading to other unaffected buildings. As you can see in our shots, the fire is well alight. The fire is bomb. As you can see, the fire is well alight, but then you can trust the Ghana National Fire Service to bring the situation under control. More pumps are being mobilized to the scene to help in firefighting and augment water supply.
Is this not your water? Check this one. It's not your water.
Tuawe jachishie mono yenda eni nkopie mu sekendi itakrade ye honso eja tobiaye binu motiema structures be say eduonu 50 de ni na hye say dwurebe na sisi am no kase atorenche maboa form chenadmo for na afidunje adwuma ekofo na kopie mu a wo mo keka ne ma bom na wo mehu sene wo mo di bibia ebeto me no kase de wonom so wo ho aka ne de wo mo eto nsa de afre empanyifo ne afen so wo mo ka bie wo mo ebi wo mbotom so wo mbremu na wo bebo wo e wo sa kwan sanse sisi ade wo medi nsenseme pa.
From there, my sister no one, my sister squad, they'll be from them, my sister no one, I'll listen. No, I'm selling, yes, no, I'll listen. But my current date is 9 September. My current date is 9 September. It's a video no one so. And there was she when you see 9 September. How are 9 September? This is not 3 years. Saturday no one was showing 3 years. Or 9 September, that's 9 September, now I wash it. So I'm in task that the 9 September, now I wash it. I'm in task, so one should be even on your phone.
On the 9th of September 2022, one similar incident happened here. The difference is that that one happened at the front. So exactly 3 years on the dot, similar fire outbreak occurred here. And on the 18th of July, I think this year, together with my team at the metro level, we came here and organized all those settlers here in our sensitization drive just to get them to see some of the things that they are doing here that may cause disaster, as in fire and also flooding. We had this engagement with them just about a month ago, and then from the report that we gathered, what Mr. Tete didn't also put forward is that they said the fire, according to eyewitnesses, started from one of the wooden structures being yes at the middle, and then they were saying that most of them also they use electricity, all right, but some of them also don't have it. So that is where the fire started.
So when we came, the entire enclave here had been engulfed, but the concentration was to ensure that it doesn't move beyond this boundary, because then there are a huge stretch of structures that go all the way to the electricity company, and so we managed to get part of the crew that were uphill here to confine it this way, and then the other crew were downhill there, the place we previously had the fire, that were also trying to confine it. So we managed to contain it within this enclave.
A fire outbreak, I don't think that is common to just Ghana. Across the globe, incidents like this happen. But it's also about our response time. When it does happen, how long does it take us to really respond? But it also comes down to, the number that, how early, of course, we're able to get through to the fire service.
Yen freeway na yen concern foforo montimi fama dia ye call ye asanko mines me no ka say memfo bi no mo ho ene wono mo mutu efo magudie bi e wo saa bia ye no ho no wo maka bo mo konto kwa dendende anya asem keto akwa mu chemu a wo mo nipa ba kokote hwe wo mo page am na amna wo mututu ibi mo emenam so kra ma nipa eti nanano mo nse nenso no muguso a etu efo magudie no munye bibia emfa saa asem ene nam so mo mumunu ya ometiko kuma omutu sa na moa etise
aha ne de bi ni ho ji se
nipa ba ko amukun no eso akatua na monya no nipa ba ko amukun no eso akatua asanko mines de minim ze mo pese mo je manso bo so a mo papa ko kra bia ono wonam ne ba bi no mo bonu tuo atu nzuo mu kwa mo re ya me na atua mo ka no mo ya me na atua mo ka no ya fo abe no ma be gina ho video mo video de
no mo sesa na de
ye to aso dia ne ye kwa pomuden ensem wo ne ne mpanyifo bi no maba monti no mo kyerese nkebe ya ye masika nko bia ya eno hwe adwene mu ehons kronoba ene hon sakra ye sanse bebre na wo ho a ekoba se omo fati bia bi no mu a omo hu kwan bia wonom emfa so ene nam so emo mutimi edeje omo kwakra fri omo nsa na se mpo de timi tisi adwene mu edi oha ni amane no yele bebre na aba nti ekoba se mpanyifo edi bedwe mu nkyerkyere ahodo ya awareness ibi koso dendenden ebetimi aboa ama se ne ekoso ne to betimi abra fom eno so behia asese edi sika bebre na ahyem se be ya botaye omo hwehwe no bibia ne betimi ewie mudi.
Just the beginning and not the end. It begins the process to ensure that people do not fall through the cracks. We must, one, expand awareness so every Ghanaian understands that suicide is no longer a crime, but a health and a social issue. We want to improve access to mental health services, especially at the primary care level. We want to promote education to help families, teachers, frontline workers to recognize the warning signs. We must reduce stigma to survivors so that they are not shunned, but they are supported. And we must secure sustainable funding through the Mental Health Fund under Act 846. We must build a coalition of governments, law enforcement officers, health professionals, faith groups, communities, to ensure that every Ghanaian in distress find help and not handcuffs. Now to our friends in the media, we want to assure you your role is very vital. You are not mere reporters of suicide or suicidal behavior. In fact, You are narrators of hope. Every word you write can either deepen the stigma or open a door to hell. We urge you to follow the WHO's guidelines for responsible reporting. Thus, let's avoid sensationalism. Let's avoid describing the method in detail or the locations and how it was. Let's avoid glorifying suicidal behavior. Let's resist oversimplifying the causes, since suicide almost always arises from complex and multiple factors. Let's rather highlight the stories of recovery and resilience. Let's share the helplines and the resources available for persons who have suicidal behavior. Let's shine the light on hope. By doing so, you will not only inform the public, but you will be saving lives.
Yeguswe jina pomudin ensemo na swafo no hwe apomudin ensemo man Ghana ha eyun munyamfo kwabna minta kando kobie mu wo dwabo sonso na emrahye bedwani ematimemufo binum a wonom ewo ho na enedie waba na akopie mu ewo ga municipal hospital a wakwakoye wonom adoye eyeputupuru sra hwe ne manam so kopie mu wo ho a eniema ni akade ano sumbo bese $1.5 million there wasi omonjie emu mpa ne ho nkro no ba incubator sebeboa ama pomuden ho nsemetimi akọ nanimu no wodi akọ akọbọ mo e de ayo mo adoye e wo sa kwan so.
Good morning to everybody. Just like the spokesperson has summarized, we were here on a surprise visit, and we were close over the challenges Vancouver Hospital is going through. We are not in a municipal hospital. It was my understanding that they started operating without government giving them equipment to operate with, so they have managed that at their level of now. So today we are here with not less than 34 different items, including anesthesia machines, incubators, beds, name them, as you can see yourself. So we are presenting into this particular hospital. It is our hope that they will take
Yenjina kwabna minta kando ni nsemiswe na yemfa endaye ni yeba yetwa so ewe dwedie emu. Yetwaso wedwedie nsemo etimedia ma ene hwehwemu bi na Ghana Statistical Service omaye omodi ababetu bedwe mo chese sisi ano wo hwe ye economy na seni emu atrechre na baba na nyine no ebeso hamu ebupen ensia ichiripo miensa 6.3% a wo mo chese yade a ebuama bibia no etimi akonanimu no mo echemu a seni bibie nyini konanimu ene ba na eduane ho nsem homesua ho nsem ya kwan ne akwantempon seni obia betimi adada ne ho no wedi yedi a wo mo chese bibia no akyerekye kwa eno ne ade a wo mo edi aba betudwa no mo chese edan eni kohwemu ewo homesua ensemu a emu akyerekye enyini ohemu ebupen dunsia ichiripo nsia yekọ eye apomudin nsem nsoso ene ho nkro no banso enu so yo hamu ebupen dunan echiripo ensia na chese wo hwe ye niema hodo a ye se o man Ghana ha bibia na timi enyina no ni hwehwemu ahodo mo ye no wo mo edi ababetu edwa ye gina so ne adan ye ba ye wie bibia e wa ho sepemu.